Okay, so we are going to create an object that is round. It has a square extrusion and it is using fillet and chamfer. So to do that, I'm going to create a new document. I'm just going to call this fillet and chamfer. And we're going to create a sketch on the front view. And this time we're going to actually insert an image that we can work from. So to do that, we're going to come over to Insert Image, and you should have a file in OnCourse that you can download to your Chromebook and then import it. So that is going to be called Fillet Chamfer Multiview. Let's open it up. Okay, we are going to choose it, and now we're just going to click and drag a rectangle that is not including the origin. And we want to do that so that we can bring this image in and move it over. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're building. Okay, so we're building this shape. We're going to start with a circle that has a diameter of 40. You'll notice here it says all dimensions are in millimeters. So we're going to have to change our dimensions right off the bat. And then we're going to create this square which extrudes up. We're going to fill it with a nice curve, all of the edges here. And then we're going to chamfer, which is like a bevel. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go up to our workspace units, and we're going to change our units to millimeters. Okay, let's go back to, okay, let's go back to our view cube, and let's take a look. And now we have our planes, and we're going to turn off the front and right because we're going to build on the top plane. So to build on the top plane, let's go to Sketch. Let's choose it. We can either click on the top here, or if we right click, we can say View Normal To, and that will bring us to the top plane. We're going to start by creating a circle at the origin, and we're going to make that circle 40 millimeters. Okay, let's save that. Let's come back to a view like this. And let's extrude this out. So we can extrude it either up or down. It really doesn't matter. And we know from our diagram that we need to extrude it up 30 millimeters. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to create this square that's centered on that circle. So let's create our sketch on this top face of our object. We're going to view normal, and we can zoom in a little bit if we want. If I just type in an R, I'm going to click and drag and make my rectangle. Okay. I'm going to next dimension the sides because from my file, I know that each side needs to be 10 by 10. So I'm going to make this 10. And I'm going to make this 10. And since it's centered, using that center point, I don't have to worry about making this 5 millimeters from the center. It's already taken care of for me. Okay, so let's take a look. And oops, I keep clicking on the wrong one, but no big deal. And I'm going to bring this up 15 millimeters. So I'm going to bring this up 15 millimeters. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to do some beveling. So let's zoom in. So I see that I have a radius of 5 here, and I'm going to choose the bevel tool. So notice it's right near the beginning. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to use the fillet tool. And if I choose a face, it's going to fillet all of the edges, and it is fillet, not fillet. If I choose an edge, it will fillet just that edge. So let's choose this edge, and I want to fillet it with a radius of 5. And I want to do that to all of the edges of my shape. So I am just rotating around and adding each of these. Okay, and I should have everything filleted. Okay, the next thing I need to worry about is down at the bottom, I need to create a chamfer, um, which is like a bevel. Okay, you'll notice it's at a 30-degree angle and it's 5 millimeters. So let's click on OK for this. The next item over is chamfer, and I'm just going to choose that entire edge of this bottom of the circle. Okay, and it does a chamfer for me. It is a distance of 5 millimeters, but the default for chamfer is 45 degrees, and I want to make it 30. So I'm going to need to change equal distance to distance and angle, and come in here. I have 5 millimeters, so that looks good, and an angle of 30. Notice how it changes, and click. Okay, and I have just created my object using fillet and chamfer. I can always come in and hide my top view, and I can hide my sketch one, and now I have my object. Okay, and I would like you to do the same. After you do that, I would like you to select your object, and I would like you to change the color. And, oops, let's see. I don't know why it's not letting me change the color here, but I can always edit the appearance and change the color, and then you will place this in our class Jamboard.